welcome back. Specialised Motorcycle Transport, and we're down at Top Dog Motorcycles again. And today we're doing it a little bit different. So we're just going to spend a little bit more time on each individual bike. And for that, we've enlisted a little bit of help. This is Andy. I've convinced Andy to start up his own YouTube channel. Andy's YouTube channel is Andywiththespanners. I'll leave you a link to that in the description. Give him a bit of a boost. He's not got many subscribers yet, so I'm hoping by the end of it we'll get 100, couple of hundred at least. Now the trouble we've had is, we come down here, we spend 8 hours here, maybe. Divide up the time that we've got, it only gives us about half an hour bike. So if anything does happen, like on one of the previous videos, we found a mouse nest in the air filter. Now it doesn't really take that long to take out the mouse nest and clear it out and get the bike started. But obviously we can't do that in half an hour. So we don't want to burn up all the time just on one bike when we can move on to the next one and get the next one started. So the idea going forward is going to be spend more time on the bike, spend more time down here and just do an individual bike, release that as one video. If you guys think that's a good idea, just leave us a comment and tell us yes or no. What would you rather see? Because we're only doing this for you. We actually do this for fun anyway. We're going to be doing this anyway, no matter what. But if you guys want to see it, we will cater to you. And again, that's why Andy's here, and we can get more in detail. If there's ever a problem, such as when we did the CX video, I'll leave you a link to the CX video in the description. I phoned Andy up beforehand because I knew nothing about CXs. Andy said to me, yep, you need to check out cam chain tensioner. If the cam chain tensioner is a certain year afterwards, then you're all right. If not, you need to be very careful because you'll just lunge the engine as soon as you start it up. And you don't really want to be doing that on an engine that's only done 39 miles. So,
and if you've watched my channel at all, then you'll know that before you get started, you're going to need a brew.
A cup of tea.
I've got one. He hasn't.
I don't have a cup of tea.
There you go.
What happened there?
Priorities, mate. Get your priorities right.
Who made you that? Did you make it yourself?
I might have nicked it.
Oh, did you?
I might have seen one being made and got in there and swiped it.
I'm not happy. Where's mine?
Get yourself a brew and enjoy watching Specialised Motorcycle Transport.
Yeah. So he's still the rear.
Jem, just a man.
Greetings.
This, I know we spoke about it before.
It's Goldie.
It's Goldwing, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the deal with it? Does it turn over?
It runs, that does.
It runs?
Well, it ran when I put it there 18 months ago.
Right.
It's a running bike, so I'm not sure it's been standing for 18 months, so it might need a bit of
yeah.
But
Right.
it only really needs an headlamp glass.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's completely original bike, I think.
Right. So this little puppy is throwing fuel out. I only know that because Jem told me. So senseless connecting it up and letting fuel run all over the floor, so we might as well just take it out. We'll whip the carb off, see what the float looks like, the float needle. Got any blockages or anything. Oh. Yeah, it's like a normal carb, just a baby one. So it does just sneak out. I won't have to faff around with the big JS bolts. Nurse! Oh, nurse!
You've got to get some of that
into
your video there.
Oh dear me! Oh, I walked straight into that. Oh!
I left a cloud by this bike for you, especially.
Oh, got me straight in the mouth, that Andy. Ugh. What did I say about farting? People don't like it. They'll tune out, you know.
I think just you're going to see if your audience figures go up or go down. They will click away and go down. You'll know that's
I think your subscriber count just went down by 10. I'm sorry about Andy. You can't take him anywhere. it's a little baby raccoon, come. Cute. Alright, so here's my bench for today. The inside of my van. And my tools are all over the place. Oh, look at that, that's interesting. Look at that inside there. Some pieces, some powder, I don't know if you can see inside. You see right inside there? It's moving around inside the fuel. We've got, I don't know what that could be, or how it's got there. Right, anyway, let's empty that out. I'm going to give it a good clean. But yeah, so I don't have my cameraman today. My normal cameraman is my lad Connor, and he had the bed magnets on this morning, and he didn't stay at my place, so I couldn't wake him up, and I couldn't lift my toolbox into the van. So I've just literally picked up the tools out of the box and thrown them in the van, so it's a little bit unorganised, and that's why we've got substandard camera operation today. Basically a GoPro on a tripod. There you go. Oh my goodness me. Have you ever seen anything like that before? So, someone has been mixing porridge in the float bowl. And Jem said to me, he says, I turned the fuel on and it just ran straight out. I wonder if there could be a little bit of dirt inside the float. But look at that. Look how it's all. I don't even know what you'd call that. Emulsified. That's so bizarre. We'll get that cleaned up. Give it a little strip down. There you go. We've got a tool specifically for this kind of job, the forceps. If you haven't got a pair of forceps in your toolbox, you haven't lived. Got a little bit of a mark. Oh, no, just wipe straight off. I'll throw everything in there. We've got some carb cleaner inside. Those floats are a little bit twisted and bent, so I think before I put it back together I'll try and straighten them up the best I can. Obviously if you've got one float that's higher than the other, you're not going to get an actual true float reading, so just the float obviously. Put a screwdriver in there, lift it up or down. Right, so I need to go and find a screwdriver. Right, let's see what the pilot jet looks like. Oh, the actual jet is quite clean. That's not the worst I've ever seen. It looks clear as well. So it's just the bottom of it. It looks like we've had a bit of moisture in the bowl and something's decided it just wants to go completely rotten. Same with that one. See all the way through it. Look at the emulsion tube. Ooh. Yeah, it's not too bad, to be fair. Just give it a clean out. There is a one of the holes is blocked. You can see it there, so we'll blast some carb cleaner through it. Yeah, they're all clear, they're just a little bit dirty. Yeah, it's a bit grotty in there, so let's give it a little clean out. Use my spark plug brush. I can hear my son shouting at me right now. You told me never use your Spark plug brush for anything but your spark plug. Yeah, I know. And the weird thing is, all my life I've had my dad screaming and shouting at me for doing things the wrong way. And just making do and mend sometimes. And now, my son's 18, and he's telling me. So what does that say about me? I can teach it, but I can't do it. Do as I say, not as I do. That's what it means. So yeah, kids, don't use a spark plug brush on a carb. Unless your name's Dad, and then you can do whatever you want. Right, a bit of carb cleaner through that. Let's look at the state of that now. It's dried out a little bit. So that's some serious corrosion. I don't really want to take that gasket off because I'm not sure if I can get it off in one piece. So if we can clean the bowl out without damaging it.
Something interesting for you.
All right. So Annie's just said to me, he's found something, and I said, well, what? He says, oh, I don't know. Now, I've been dying to look around this bike for a while anyway. What's the deal?
So basically, this one here has clearly been somewhere in sort of desert conditions because it's the amount of very fine dust and everything that's on here.
Yeah.
But get in close and have a look at this.
What?
And then have a look here. That looks like there's something in there.
Oh, that's some kind of pupa. What on earth is that? I don't really want to play with that, Andy.
I don't want to play with it either, but if you know what it is, if you're the sort of guy that's into bugs and things and all things creepy crawly, and you know what it is, please post it in the comments down below.
Definitely.
We'd love to know what it is.
Watch it be something out of someone's shoe. No, that's
Definitely
definitely.
looks like there's
There is something inside there.
Definitely looks like there's something down in there.
I can't
Now, we
can't
could
really get
break
it to
it open.
focus.
But that could be a scene out of the Living Dead or something, so I don't know if we want to do that.
Well, that does look like some kind of creature's created it.
And that was wedged down in here. No, you should know better than to give an old fella a shock. You should know much better than that. Did I tell you about how many coronaries I've already had?
Oh, have you?
No.
There's definitely some kind of creature in there, isn't there? It's like some kind of lava. But that does. Shall we break it open?
Yeah, you could break it
Come
open.
on, let's break
yeah.
it open.
I would-
Let's ignore the bite.
Ignore the bite for a minute.
It's
break
about
that open and see what's
Botany.
wrong
Is
with
that the right word? Botany.
it. Is it botany or is it entomology for creepy crawlies?
I haven't got a clue.
Entomology.
But that looks like. Let's use a very good weir screwdriver. Yeah. I'm going to gently open it up. See, that's just dirt.
Whatever it is made from dirt and stuff like that, but there's definitely something inside there, isn't there?
Wow. I don't know why I'm even saying wow. Oh, it's definitely some kind of lava. Or a husk. I wonder if the thing actually got out of that and left.
There's another one.
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean if you've got two lavas, you can make a lamp out of that?
Well, whatever was in that one has definitely left. Or decomposed. One or the other. There you go. Well, ain't that interesting? I'm glad you called me over. I feel like David Bellamy. Ooh, now what kind of moss is
You
this?
haven't got the beard for it.
Now, so if you know what they are, definitely leave us a comment. What we're doing? What's happening with the bike anyway? We're doing good.
Well, at the moment, I've just managed to get the battery off of it. It was quite tight in there because everywhere around the battery box is quite corroded. So basically, we're moving on now to seeing if we can chuck a battery in it, see if we can get any signs of life out of it.
Yeah.
The fuel smells really bad, so that's not holding out much hope. The throttle is seized, so we can't open the throttles either.
Right.
So it's not looking too promising at the moment.
Okay. Right.
Who knows?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so one of the cables are seized up, isn't it? We might be lucky though, we might just be able to disconnect the return cable and just use the pull if it'll snap back.
I think that's wildly optimistic, but
You think?
you never know, we can give it a try. There's no movement at all on that link rod.
Is it not?
No.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The choke seems free. Oh, it's moving, yeah.
That's quite considerable force from this side, I would say. Well, there we go. That's got it moving.
Right, you think we should wet all that down?
I think that wants a bit of penetrating oil or something all around it.
Okay. Let's give it a little squish now. Right, I'll continue my carburettor. Strip down and clean. The float's a little clean. I might just lower the float level a little bit because I'm not sure if there was any dirt in the seat of the float. Oh, the seat of the float valve, should I say. So that would mean that the floats weren't properly adjusted. I can't see any pinholes in them. How you lower and raise the float is with this little tab. You just poke something in the hole in there. Just give it a little squidge, and that forces the needle in more. So as the floats come up, that will lift, seal up the float valve. So if we just give it a tiny little, yep, that's opened it up a little bit. So we're not doing a full carb clean on it. I've just opened it up just to check and make sure everything's present. And just to see if the bike will actually start. Like I say, it's a bit of a trade-off. I don't know which direction to go with the channel, because at first it seemed like everybody wanted to see more bikes be started, and they weren't too bothered about any details of it. And now it just seems like more people want to actually get into the nitty-gritty. So yeah, it's by no means clean, but the important parts are clean. The parts that actually feed the fuel through. So let's refit that and see what happens. So let's reconnect the fuel pipe and just turn it on. See what goes. Huh. Oh, we have got a bit of fuel. So let's let it fill the bowl up and see if it leaks out. Yeah, doesn't appear so. might not be full yet. Oh, I think we've managed to stop that leak. Oh, the choke does want a bit of a clean up as well. Right, let's disconnect that. See if that's actually filling. Oh yeah, definitely. So it's definitely filling. That's a good thing. Lovely job. Let's just let that chill for a minute. This thing was definitely built with a mind to easy access to everything. Oh, that's interesting, I've never seen that before. On the side of this, I've got drive neutral and what? DNL. And something that says push. And when something says push, you've got to push it, but nothing happens. So what's that? What does that do? Any Yamaha experts? I don't even know what this bike is, if I'm really honest. I've never seen one like it before. Oh, it's got an interesting... Oh, I see. So it's a pedal and pop. So that'll be to engage the actual chain and the crank. Ah, I see. Yeah, makes sense. So let's give it a little go. See if it'll start up. Choke's broke off it, so we'll have to just give it a little scooch. Probably won't need much choke today anyway. My universal key set. That's it, that's ignition on. So run. Whoa! She's gonna go. There you go. Go on, baby. That's going to run out of fuel. It's making noises like it's going to run out of fuel. Whoa! Hey, come on, lad. Don't run in front of the bike. You're not going fast enough, lad. So that's one down. You like it, Bill? Again. Let's go again. Come on. Watch out, lad. Well, that will make someone a cracking little bike just for the back of your camper. It wants a bit of tickling up. And it's a hybrid. Well, that's one down. So yeah, if you've got a camper and you want a bike just for getting around on when you get to your holiday destination or whatever, that's really lightweight, easy to throw on a bike rack, there you go. Help yourself, fill your boots with that one. And if you know what it's called, I've no idea, leave us a comment. A little pedal and pop. It wants a bit of attention to the pedal bit, but it sure does pop. You're not getting anywhere fast on it, don't get me wrong, but it looks like a lot of fun. So, let's have a look what else we can have a look at. I don't know if that's complete actually. Little CB350. I know someone who might be interested in that. Let's give him a little ring. So a few people did ask us about this. Big old Goldie. As Andy's been delving into this one. And we had a few questions, and unless I ring Jem up and ask him every detail about it, I couldn't tell you anything about it, and we've not actually tried to start this one up. So we're going to find out today what the deal is. He's had this for a fair long time now, Jem. I think he said best part of 18 months. And there you go, it does look like it's been at bottom at sea. Actually not that much, but it is covered in muck. It looks like it's been standing in a desert somewhere. Obviously you've seen the wildlife we've had on it. But it turns over. We're just about to stick a battery on to see if it'll waz over. And with a bit of fuel, oh dear me. Yeah, that looks terrible inside there. Yeah, there's no light, but absolutely stinks. So we are going to have to run a remote tank on it. What do you think, Andy?
I think that needs a pressure wash. There's a few good signs on this bike. So a few things to look at on this bike which give you a clue that it might not be such a bad proposition. So for example, take a look at these discs here. There's no lip at all on the edge of these discs. That's pretty smooth. That's a good sign that it's probably not a high mileage bike.
Yeah.
It's clearly had a fairing mounted on it at some point, so it's been used for a bit of touring.
Yeah.
It's only showing 5,000 miles on the clock. Now, there's a good chance that's been round.
Yeah.
But for these bikes, that's really not a big deal. So, in terms of recommissioning it, what I would say is once you actually get somewhere with it, get it to turn over, I wouldn't run it for too long, because it's been stood a long time. These have got a belt on the front. These have got two cam belts, one on either side, going off the centre.
Yeah.
If they're very old and brittle, they could let go at any time.
Right.
So I wouldn't run it much at all. It's not a bike I'd start and go for a ride around on.
Yeah.
Because they could easily let go.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get it to go.
Right. Cool. There you go. You see, that's why we need people like Andy. And that's why I call Andy. If I'm cautious about anything, or I think anything might happen like that, I will give Andy a call. See, we get a lot of people in the comments saying things like, you don't check the oil, you've not checked the oil. Well, we do. It's just that some of the things we do behind the scenes, because obviously we've only got half an hour per bike, so when we get here, we'll sometimes just go around and check the oil on all the bikes. And sometimes we'll do a little bit of homework, such as phone Andy. You all right, Bill?
Wherever it was that this bike's been living, it's obviously, like I say, we should have an answer in the comments, hopefully, about what those creatures are. And we'll get some idea of where this bike's been living as well.
It's another me-size bike. Ugh, plenty of oil. Right. This looks a nice little bike. This might just start straight up. Oh. Well, the tank's really clean, but the fuel. Oh God. It's like treacle. I'm just going to kick this. See if she starts up. Doesn't seem right somehow. Right, semi-auto, it should. Don't want to have it. Oh God. Is it fuel on or what? It's on reserve. It's firing.
Kick now and just try it. That was me there.
Yeah. Must be in gear. Don't feel like it's actually turning over at all.
I think that's clutch is slipping on the kick.
Yeah?
Well, it's 1979, so, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, it's doing quite well considering.
Well, I'm in 1975 and I'm not. I'm knackered. We've definitely got fuel. So, did it siege? It's like a brand new one. How are we getting on with the Goldie?
At the moment, struggling a bit.
Yeah.
I might have to drop the headlight out because I can't get the plug to come off the back, and the front is definitely jammed solid.
Right. Oh! Yeah! It goes. She bangs. That's running loads better now.
That's all it took just to clear it out.
Yeah, little thrash. Right, I've dug this out. What did you say this way, Kev?
It looks like, well,
KE.
it's a KE, isn't it?
KE175.
I don't know, it looks like a...
Mm.
It says 100.
Ooh, we got live.
The only thing that's good for is going to the shop and buying another bike.
Hey.
Poor thing.
We have some life, so before we go any further, we'll put some fuel in it.
We desperately want to hear this one starts up. You want to see the ins and outs of this being put together or being recommissioned today anyway. That'll be on Andy's channel, Andy with the Spanners. But we're going to get a sneak preview because I've been dying to see this one start up in a while. And I've had literally dozens of questions about it. But because we don't know if it runs or not, people were kind of, yeah, I'm not sure whether I want to travel to go and see it, not knowing if it runs. So, but
So to prove a point, Andy with the Spanners can also be Andy with a screwdriver.
yeah, it's a good job because that's all Jem seems to have got in his toolbox.
There's a whole set of
It's
screwdrivers.
just loads of screwdrivers. Alright, so it says it there. It's a KE100. This looks a dead complete little bike as well. Obviously it's been used for a while off-road. Can't see if there's any oil in it. There's... yeah, there's definitely some fuel in it. Oh, or not, maybe. So let's have a look. From Michigan, 1982. I wonder if that's the last time it were on the road. Tank doesn't look too bad. There's a bit of fuel in it, but not a lot. What about the mileage? Yeah, that's been around 5 or 6 times or not. Terminal's getting hot. Terminal's getting red hot.
We've got a sticky switch there.
Right. So what we're thinking now is we're not going to use this tank. It's too far gone. So we need to start thinking about fuel supply. Yeah, that's how bad the tank is inside. It's not just the cap.
And it smells.
It smells awful.
It
Yeah,
smells
like emulsion, doesn't
It
it?
smells like it looks.
Yeah.
It's not good. So there's no point in putting fuel in there. All you'll do is dissolve some more emulsion.
Yeah, definitely not.
So down here is this pipe here is the feed that comes from the bottom of the fuel tank. It goes into a mechanical fuel pump, and that fuel pump is driven from the end of the camshaft here. So that's what's driving your fuel supply. That pipe then feeds in, and all 4 carbs are fed from that pipe. So the simplest thing to do is to take this pipe off, put a temporary fuel supply onto there, take this pipe off, crank it momentarily and make sure that you shoot fuel out of there. These do fail. There's a diaphragm in the middle that splits, and if that's happening then you're getting none. So the only other option is take this pipe off and then gravity feed it into there. But these are normally, because the float bowls are at this height already and the fuel tank is just here, there's no head of fuel.
There's no gravity fed.
There's no gravity to push it in.
Yeah.
So that's why it has a little pump to pump it in. You do occasionally see these replaced with electric pumps, but actually these parts are still available. You can buy one of these from David Silver Spares for about 120 quid thereabouts, and you just put a new one on and be done with it. So that's something to investigate, to see that we've got to get the fuel supply.
Yeah.
And we can go from there.
Excellent. Right, so we want a fuel supply, don't we?
Yeah.
It's into some muppet, broke it.
So what happens if you let Muppets in?
You're not coming now.
Any minute now. Where's the?
If burr counts as running, then it's running.
Not quite. I think it has to actually bark. It has to shout at you. But I think your problem is down here, isn't it? 100%.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You're gonna need a bit of brake cleaner.
Ideally, you want new points. To really do it justice, you need to put new points in, put new cam belts on, service the engine, and then it will just start.
Do we not have any a little bit of
take
sandpaper just to tickle it up a tad?
Yeah, we could give the.
Because I'm not sure if this carb cleaner, if this is leaving some kind of like a damp residue.
It might do, yeah.
Rather
Usually
than just
a bit of
evaporating.
WD helps, but WD's quite oily, so that leaves
Yeah.
an oily film on there. So,
Yeah.
So maybe a hint of wet and dry might do the job.
Oh, hello. Wide open on this cam.
What? Get lost. I was just holding the fuse together.
It's getting hot. Oh, hello.
I melted that right up.
Oh, we're definitely firing now. We got smoke. Yes. Whichever way you look at that now, lads, that's a runner.
That's just the newness way.
It's a runner.
Yes,
newness
just
wearing
wearing
off.
off the newness. Yeah, that's a runner now. Yeah, it's definitely a runner. It just wants the service now.
Yeah.
It just wants new points, filters, new cam belts, and away you go.
Yeah,
I'm going to say that's job done.
definitely.
It's got some good bones in it. It's got the makings of a decent bike there with a bit of sorting out. We've had to bypass the ignition switch because the ignition key's not turning, but it's got the basis of a really good bike.
That wants to go. Right now. If you do enjoy watching these videos, let us know by subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to comment and like it. Neutral's investment on this.
That's just sucking up its lung full of fuel, isn't it?
Yeah. Taking all it can get. Chokes on those, but see if they'll do that.
Yeah, I fixed it now, lads.
You fixed the jumper?
Yeah.
Ah, super hero. That'll only run with choke on. Yeah, you only go with choke on, Jim. With choke on, lad. Someone from Boston commented on one of my videos the other day saying that they couldn't understand what I was saying, so they turned on the auto captions. And still couldn't understand what I was saying. So thanks a lot, yeah. Guy from Boston. As if a guy from Boston can talk about accents. What? Thanks a lot, guys. See you at next one.